Our conversation with New Jersey Governor Christie, who we spoke with Friday in New Hampshire. He insists he hasn't made up his mind about running, but in our interview, he sure sounded like a candidate. Hillary Clinton mentioned you and said you and other Republicans are trying to make it harder for people to vote. What's your reaction to that?
Well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. In New Jersey, we have early voting that are available to people. I don't want to expand it and increase the opportunities for fraud. And maybe that's what Mrs. Clinton wants to do. I don't know. But the fact is that folks in New Jersey have plenty of an opportunity to vote. And maybe, if she took some questions some places and learned some things, maybe she wouldn't make such ridiculous statements.
She says it's fear-mongering, this idea that there's a lot of election fraud going on.
Yeah, well, she's never been to New Jersey, I guess.
We've learned of a massive hack on the United States government. This incident this week with an ISIS operative, perhaps in the United States. This is a part of this new terrorism. Do you think that the United States is prepared for this kind of thing?
Not as prepared as we need to be, John. And the fact is that of all the people who are engaging in this national conversation right now, I'm the only one who's actually done this. For 7 years, I was the U.S. attorney in one of the places where there was significant terrorist activity in New Jersey, in the New York, New Jersey area. This is why I'm fighting so hard about this intelligence question, too. And the actions that were taken this week by Congress has made our country weaker and more vulnerable.
You said when the debate was going on, you can't enjoy your civil liberties if you're in a coffin. Now, Republican Senator Mike Lee said that was political pornography, meaning that you're trying to scare people. Are you?
No, I'm trying to tell them the truth, as opposed to what Senator Lee is doing and Senator Paul, which is their grandstanding for political purposes. None of them have ever done this. None of them know what they're talking about in this regard. I've done it, and we can do this in a way that makes civil liberties safe and secure. If Congress is really worried about this, John, why don't they use their vigorous oversight capability to make sure that if someone in the intelligence community is overstepping a line, that they bring them back in? And if we need to prosecute folks who are doing that, we will. But instead, what they want to do is to make the country more vulnerable and weaker, take tools away from us that we need. So he can call me whatever he wants to call me. I'm the guy who understands this stuff and has done it. And he's the guy who sits up on Capitol Hill in subcommittee meetings and theorizes about it.
Well, what they say is they hold a hearing, and the director of national intelligence comes in and doesn't tell them the truth. So their oversight is blown if they're not getting the straight story from their government.
Let me tell you this. If every time somebody didn't tell me the 100% truth when I was a prosecutor, if I then just threw my hands up and gave up, I wouldn't have been much of a prosecutor. You want to conduct oversight? They have lots of tools in Congress to be able to conduct oversight. They should be doing that. And instead what they're doing is throwing tools out of our toolbox that can help protect the American homeland and have protected the American homeland for the last 13 years.
But the tools that you used, the one they're modifying, was that the one you used, this metadata collection? That's what they were modifying. That's not a tool you used.
No, it's not a tool I use, but it's a tool I'm aware of. And I'm aware of the efficacy of it and how important it is to our efforts to be able to do what we need to do to protect ourselves in a really dangerous world. And so I understand how these things work. I understand how the FISA court works. I understand what you have to do to put probable cause forward. I've done these things. And they're making up fictions, John, down there to try to scare people. I'm not the person scaring people. I'm the person telling people the truth. They're the folks who are scaring people for political gain.